Liverpool are in the USA for the beginning of this new era under Andoni Iraola. Nashville, Tennessee plays host to the first of 3 stateside friendlies to kick off the Reds' pre-season preparations, with games in New York and Chicago to come. It is Premier League opposition in the form of Sunderland at GEODIS Park. All the action gets underway at 11 p.m. UK time. That is 5 p.m. in Nashville. And you can watch all of this summer's friendlies live online on the club app and as well via connected TV with All Red Video, which is currently actually running a 2-week free trial. And of course on LFC TV as well. Head to video.liverpoolfc.com to sign up right now. Good evening to you wherever you are watching tonight. Ray Houghton and David James are here with me in the studio, and down at pitchside, Peter McDowell has been joined by a prolific strike force in the form of Tash Dowie and Ian Rush.
Welcome to GEODIS Park here in Nashville. We've had a great couple of days. The players arriving a bit like an away game last night, so they had their usual travel in from Chicago, a little bit of a walk around Broadway, which I know would have been interesting for those players last night. Imagine Disney for adults. That's kind of the vibe that we've had here in Nashville the last couple of days. The weather has been fantastic up until now. It's a bit like Liverpool. The rain has started, but very warm for the first Liverpool team that will experience life under a brand new manager. So what kind of team has he picked to start this game tonight? Let's take a look at it in full then. The first look at Andoni Iraola's Liverpool, albeit some players away, but he's gone with Marwanashvili in goal. Joe Gomez will captain this Liverpool team tonight as well. Harvey Elliott back in there. Jones, Tsimikas, Frimpong, McConnell, Morrison, Engamoa, Young Njai, who you saw as part of those Liverpool squads towards the end of last season. And there's lots of intrigue around Will Wright, isn't there? He is part of that starting 11 for Liverpool here tonight. We'll find out just how he will use that team as we go here. But we have 2 record Liverpool goal scorers in the form of Natasha Dowie and Ian Rush to run the rule over it in just a second. First off, how have you enjoyed Nashville? Some place, isn't it?
It really is. Honestly, we've been so lucky. We've been to a children's hospital, we've been to the music museum. Today we were at a soccer clinic, we got the boots back on, and now we're here. So I actually haven't stepped out of the hotel much, so I'm looking forward to having a bit of time after the game tonight to explore some scenes. I've heard it's quite an eventful street, so I'm going to go and explore that tonight.
Be interesting, Ian, to look at that team, won't it? He's gone with a lot of experience, a lot of people that know their way around a Liverpool first team, and it will be intriguing to see how they look tonight, this Liverpool squad.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think, like you say now, every game now is important not to lose. When we were playing, you could lose a couple of pre-season games and be okay, but the pressure's on the manager straight from the start. So I think he's gone with the right thing, a bit mixed, no experience, a bit youngsters, and it would see how they've done in training. If they've done well training, the youngsters will be starting tonight, and that's what's happening.
Out and about talking to Liverpool fans, there's almost a tangible excitement. There was obviously, disappointment at the way the season ended. Now with a new manager and a new idea, people are really excited to see what this new Liverpool team might look like.
Yeah, and absolutely. I said out there at the fan zone, we have to get behind them right from the off, get behind the new manager. Get the players need to get the fans off their seat first and foremost, and I expect that tonight with the players that have come in. There's a couple of young players that are going to get a real chance tonight to shine. Some more experienced players in there as well that has to help them. But more than anything, I expect to see front-footed football, loads of energy. There's no excuses. They should be fresh here. It's the start of pre-season, so I want to see that.
What is that sight like of a football and a crowd after the hard work that the players will have been through, Ian?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I think, the supporters will get behind you, but they want to see what's happening on the pitch. If it's not happening on the pitch, they go quiet. So if there's high energy and all like that, they'll get behind the players and all that, and that's what they need to do.
We had John Barnes on the podcast this week. He was talking about almost a clear identity of Liverpool. He's spoken about that, the manager, hasn't he? But he wants to see a clear idea of how Liverpool look with and without the ball.
Well, I think more importantly is what you do when you haven't got the ball, to retain the ball. That's a big thing in football now. And when you get the ball, just keep the ball. But we need to be high pressing, and it'll be interesting to see half time. Does he change the full team or does he change 5 or 6? But it'll be interesting to see, and it may actually go what the score is at half time.
I think as well, when you look at the front three tonight with the likes of Rio, you've got Kieran Morrison, Wright, they're fresh legs, and a lot of that high press and the kind of counter-attacking football is going to rely on them. As soon as we lose the ball, they have to be the one to set the trap, so I'm excited to see that.
There's always a story in pre-season. You're hoping it's a striker because of the very nature of your history. Is it set up for a striker a couple of weeks like this when they don't have a great deal of experience out here in that front part of the pitch?
Absolutely. I mean, these players have worked hard to get this opportunity, but they can't now say that they haven't been given the opportunity, because you look at a Chiesa, who's an experienced player, he's not starting tonight. So these younger players, Kieran Morrison for me is one I'm really excited about. I was lucky enough 3 years ago when I retired to be involved with the academy a bit with Alex Inglethorpe, and Kieran was in the under-16s, and straight away I knew there was something special there. So it's been great to see his progression as well with Northern Ireland getting into the first team there. Now he needs to show what he's done at the younger age group, and he's a confident player, so I really hope he shines today.
We spoke about it in the previous show as well, Ian, didn't we? And that the set of targets for these young players will have changed, and that, you know, Kieran Morrison was part of a lot of first-team squads last year. He'd probably be disappointed he didn't get more minutes. Yes,
well, 100%, but you can have a make or break you. And you find out then what level you're at, but it's no good saying, oh, he didn't give me a chance, he didn't give me a chance. When you take that chance, okay, you might fail first time, but second time, you fail second time or third, you might as well be 33 because you're not going to pick it up. And that's what this pre-season's all about.
I think as well, when you look at Kieran Morrison, what I love when Rio played last season is you could see the more experienced players said, go and do what you do. Even if you try and take someone on 1v1 and you fail 9 out of 10 times, that one time that he succeeds. And you could see with Rio, he felt relaxed, he felt like he could express himself. I want your Kieran Morrisons to feel as if they can actually fail today, because this is the only way they're going to learn. But then keep doing what he's done at the younger age groups, because that's what's got him here today.
I want to ask you about Lewis Koumas as well, Ian. He was saying in his interview during the week that he feels as though he's suited to this manager with his high energy, with the way he loves to press. You know, this new set of eyes, if you like, will come as really exciting for some of these players who are either coming back from loan or looking to impress.
Well, he's had experience, hasn't he, in the Championship and all that, and he is one high-pressing player. You know, he's not a centre forward, but he can get there. He gets in makes the right runs and everything, and that. So this will be a chance for him, and I think, hopefully he does what he's there to do, and I think he will suit the way the manager plays. I think he will suit him.
What would you say to him now if you could pull him aside, a Lewis Koumas or a Will Wright, for example, about this opportunity and what you would do with it?
Just enjoy it, first of all. Enjoy it, get involved. No one's better than each other unless you prove it. So it's a big chance for them. And like you say, you only get so many chances to find out your level.
Sometimes it sounds like silly advice, is it? Sometimes not to try too hard, not to try and force it too much.
I think the biggest thing is, when I was playing anyway and when you wanted to start a game, it's make your first actions count. So connect your first pass, make your first tackle. And I think then 5-10 minutes you can grow into the game. I think if you maybe the first 2 or 3 touches are off, it's really hard to recover from that. So absolutely, keep it simple, first 5, 10, 15 minutes, grow, let the crowd help you, let your players help you, and then you'll be fine.
I think when you're saying, when I first started, I was running all over the place. And then Kenny just said to me, so your job is just to score goals. But he said, save your energy for going forward, not running back.
Yeah.
So, and it actually worked for me. So hopefully the same thing will go to them.
We can't finish in terms of talking about strikers, not mentioning Kevin Keegan as well, Ian. He was a hero of yours. He was so compelling for all Liverpool fans, regardless of what generation. Really sad, and they will pay tribute to him inside here tonight. The players will wear black armbands. There'll be a PA announcement as well, and there'll be a minute's applause.
Oh, for me, he was the first superstar. You know, he changed everything, both on and off the pitch. We knew what was his enthusiasm on the pitch. That's why Bill Shankly bought him. You know, but he took it to a different level. He was absolutely superb. But one thing I like about him, well, he always looked after other people. He never managed me, but people I know he said he was absolutely perfect. Every single one he's there, he said he's been fantastic. I remember I was playing for Wrexham in 1998, and we're playing Fulham, and he was manager. They beat us 2-0. He ran straight on the pitch, put his arm around me. He said, "Don't worry," he said, "just make sure you look after yourselves." So he's thinking about others all the time.
Love that. Thank you for spending some time with us. The strikers will be back a little bit later on as well to run the rule over what we're hoping is an impressive first performance under Andoni Iraola. It's back to you, Bet.
Thanks, Pete, and the crew over in Nashville. It really was terribly sad news earlier on this week. Kevin Keegan was a true Liverpool legends in every sense of the word, lads. And before we move on and speak about tonight's game, we have to speak about him. David, I'll come to you in a moment because, of course, he was your manager at one point and you knew him quite well. So, Ray, we'll start with yourself. In terms of the legacy that he leaves, and I spoke of him as a legend, that the skills that he showed on the pitch,
I
just
think
quite
Ian summed it
phenomenal.
up there, didn't he, when he said he was the first superstar. That's how I seen him way back in the day. I first came across him in 1982. I was playing for Fulham at the time, just moved from West Ham, went to Fulham's first team. We were playing against Newcastle United up at St James's Park. Kevin's just moved from Southampton to Newcastle. He's the new hero at the football club. Malcolm McDonald's our manager, so he was an absolute legend at Newcastle as well. We played in the game and we were fortunate. We played really well that day. We ended up beating them 4-1. Kevin scored a penalty. I had had 2 goals and scored one myself. First time I'd ever been on Match of the Day.
Oh, wow.
But he came over to me at the end of the game and he just ruffled my hair and said, well done. And that meant more to me than the goals that I scored.
I think that says a lot about him as
Oh, yeah,
a
that sums him
human.
up. I don't think you'll find anyone who'd have a negative thing to say about Kevin, because he was just such a tremendous footballer, but an even better person off the pitch.
And that says so much about him as a man, doesn't it? Let's show you his honours list, if you like. This is in 6 seasons at Liverpool, 6-year career at Anfield. It's not a bad haul, that, David, is it? Amongst it, 3 league titles, 3 European titles, including, of course, the first ever European Cup. The club's at second FA Cup, as it was then, back in 1974, and 100 goals along the way. And yet, I think as Ray's kind of alluded to there, he was a superstar, but was, by all accounts, one of the most grounded people that you could wish to meet.
Yeah, I think the term superstar absolutely sums it up. I mean, this is a guy who was on Superstars, literally on Superstars when we were younger.
Yes.
His image was on different products, which, when you're a kid seeing this face on products, that means they are literally a superstar. But he was my manager at first of all with England. He called me back into the squad back in 2000, and then my manager at Manchester City. And everything that Rushy said there was spot on. He was just the nicest guy. If anything, he was too nice for management at times, and you would think you want something else. But I saw Kevin for the England-Croatia game in the World Cup, 6 weeks ago? And at the time, he was telling me about the treatment he was on. He looked fantastic, which surprised me. And hearing the news the other day was a massive shock. And I know from the world of football, it's going to be a massive loss. And that's just the football side of things. But as Rushy and Ray said there, as a person, anyone who knew Kevin will know that they've lost a wonderful human being. Yeah,
he's been mourned, of course, here on Merseyside, of course, up in the northeast as well. And I think we have to speak about the famous 4-3, where you were, of course, in goal for Liverpool that day against his Newcastle entertainers side. I mean, there's thousands of flowers that have been left at St James's Park in tribute to Kevin, and he was absolutely adored up there as well as here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with this game, we were happy that we won, and at that time happy that Kevin Keegan was disappointed. But even after this, I think there was the famous interview. I'm not sure if it was this game or another game. Yeah, I mean that
image, yeah.
Yeah. I'm laughing about it now because again, this is the character. I mean, it was all about emotion with Kevin.
Yeah.
You know, when he was sad, it was temporary. It has to be said. But even the other day, I mean, he was joking about the post-match interview that he did back in the 90s in that season. I mean, he was that kind of character that he knew that it wasn't the worst thing in the world, and he could still joke about it. And as I say, it was just such a sad loss.
When you think of the Premier League, 34 years old, 1992 it started. That's still one of the most iconic games.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant game of football. Anyone who watched it would have loved it, because that's how football should be played. Both teams on the front foot, exciting the audience who want to watch it, whether you're at home watching it or you're at the stadium itself. Pure football, and then we just seen the reaction. That's what football's about. It's about emotion. It's about going out there, playing your best football. And I think we've seen that in that particular game.
Yeah, we certainly did. We mentioned 100 goals for Liverpool. We can't possibly show them all this evening, but we've got just a selection of them here. I mean, Ray, he wore his heart on his sleeve as a manager and on the pitch as a player too.
That would be David Coleman saying, Toshak, Keegan, 1-0. Do you remember that? That was the old commentary. That was what it was all about. The two lads, Toshak and Keegan, they had such a great understanding between each other. And, you know, memories like this for Liverpool fans is absolutely brilliant. You know, I remember that game when we beat Newcastle United, some fantastic football, Tommy Smith involved, and there's Kevin at the back post doing what good strikers should do, you know, making sure that you're following the ball in. There again, there's Toshak's little flick on Keegan there, reading it in the perfect position to finish it off. Just, listen, there was hundreds of goals, but it was his performances as a player. That's what stood out. I mean, he'd probably tell you he wasn't the greatest dribbler or the greatest technical player ever, but my word, what an attitude he had to playing football was unbelievable.
Yeah, we had Phil Thompson on the other day speaking about Kevin, and he said maybe at times he wasn't necessarily the most skillful player, but he was someone who epitomised making the most of what you had, David.
Yeah, and the thing we haven't mentioned, I mean, he won 2 Ballon d'Ors.
Of course, yeah, Hamburg, yeah.
I know it wasn't, but the fact is, this is, as you said, maybe not the most gifted player, but he still won 2 Ballon d'Ors, and I don't think he got the full recognition for that in time. But yeah, the goals were classic, typical. I say typical. That's how good he was. Typical Kevin Keegan goals. I mean, the volleys were spectacular, and for the younger viewers, I have to say the balls used to be just white.
I think he described himself actually as the most normal, in his words, player to ever win back-to-back Ballon d'Ors, right? But
well, see, I think with Kevin, it wasn't about him. You know, it was always about the team.
Yeah.
It was about the ethic of the team, what they were trying to do, and he didn't want the plaudits for himself. It was about what the team did when it came to the end of the season, the trophies that they won. You can win the Ballon d'Or, but you need people to help you along the way, and he'd always recognise that. You know, it wasn't about the individual, but his teammates that helped him along the way to get to the level that he did. But as I say, I don't think there'd be anyone. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who'd have a negative word to say about him, because as good as he was on the pitch, he was even better off the pitch. And I think that talks volumes about the person that he was.
lovely words. Thanks both. A really sad week. The legendary Kevin Keegan, who passed away earlier this week at the age of 75. Now back to this evening's game over in Nashville, and we can hear from Andoni Iraola now. He's been speaking with Peter McDowell.
Well, Andoni, it's the first time to lead Liverpool in a game of football tonight. You must be excited about that.
Yeah, really excited. I think for a lot of people maybe a friendly, the start of the pre-season, but definitely for me it's special, yes.
And how's the last couple of weeks gone? Are you ready? Is there a clear idea of how you want this team to play tonight?
Yes, obviously we haven't had as many trainings, so I expect today to have at least good material, not to correct things, but I would like not to have already an identity or a way to go, a team that knows what they are doing, even if everything is going to be right. It's not going to be right, and we will sometimes arrive late, and we will not be in position, but things that we should be correcting with the go of the games.
And is the plan to use two different teams? Will you split them over the two halves?
Yes, mostly I think in half-time we will do most of the subs. Maybe some of the players play 60 minutes, the ones we consider that they are in a good place. I think they've also put a very strong starting 11, so I think it's going to be a very good challenge, no? Especially for our young players to face themselves against a team that will play in Europe this season. I'm really looking forward to it, yes.
And you know what the American crowds are like. Should be fun inside here tonight. It's been a fun trip to Nashville.
Yes, I hope so. You know, Nashville looks like a very lively city, good atmosphere, and I hope we can all enjoy it.
Thanks, boss.
Okay, thank you.
The thoughts of Andoni Iraola with Peter McDowell. And for anyone just joining us now, you can watch all of Liverpool's pre-season friendlies live online on the club app and via connected TV with All Red Video, which is currently running a 2-week free trial. And of course, as ever on LFC TV, you can find details of how to sign up right now at video.liverpoolfc.com. So it is the start of a new era under the new head coach. You pleased with the appointment, Ray?
Yeah, obviously I'd like to say about Arne Slot though, disappointing for him, you know, what he achieved at the club, winning the Premier League in his first season. you wish him all the very best in the future, wherever that may be. But Liverpool have decided to go in a different direction. So from the new manager, what I'd like to see is what the DNA of Liverpool football is under his leadership. What does he see the players doing, and have we got the right personnel in the right areas to do that? Because coming back from doing the World Cup, one of the things that came across to me doing it was watching Spain, and what Spain have done from young kids 8, 9, 10, 11 right through now, and have been doing it for a number of years, is players know their position. And you know that position. So I don't want to see Liverpool, I wouldn't like to see Liverpool players this season playing out of position. Play your best players in their best positions. And if you haven't got someone who's that right back or whatever, then that's down to a fault. Maybe you've not done enough recruitment, or the youngsters are not getting enough chances. So this will be interesting to see the young players tonight and how well they've adapted, and if they take the opportunity that the manager's given them. But I'd like to see what the manager's got. I've seen him at Bournemouth. I really like what I've seen of him. I thought he was on the front foot, knows exactly what he wants from his players, but you've got to keep putting it across. The players of today, they don't want to think for themselves. They want to be told what to do. I think that's what's very evident. You see lots of drones. You stop the gate. They stop the training sessions to look where you are positionally, where you should be. So certainly now I've been thinking more about your number 6, your 8s and your 10s, and who's in the right positions and what the makeup of your midfield is. So you have to get the right personnel into them positions and tell them how to play that position. Because I think that's hugely important. What I've seen watching Spain at the World Cup, everyone knew exactly where they should be on the pitch, and it makes it so much easier to play the game.
And such an advantage, of course, as well, that he knows the Premier League very well, David. Just in terms of, obviously, Ray speaking there about Bournemouth, and we know how he likes to play. We know what an Andoni Iraola side looks like. What gives you the confidence that he can replicate that success that he's had there? But obviously, it is a step up, with no disrespect to Bournemouth, and do that on a bigger scale.
What I'm looking forward to with interest is whether it's a replication of what he did at Bournemouth with arguably better players, which should produce better results.
On paper, it should do, yes.
Or whether he, and again, I mean, the club would have discussed this at length, obviously, when they came to recruiting him, but whether or not there is something else that he wants to do, which he wasn't able to do at Bournemouth, and with better players, he can do that. So similar to what Ray's saying, there will be an identity. It's just whether it is, as I say, a better version of Bournemouth or not. As a manager as well, I think this is key, he is now managing Liverpool Football Club, not Bournemouth. Expectations are from everybody who follow Liverpool more so than they are for what it is like at Bournemouth. And I think it will be interesting in a positive way, because now all of a sudden, again, he's got the opportunity to do something which he must have aspired to do at the start of his managerial career.
Well, he has 6 pre-season games in which to imprint what he wants to do with the football club this season coming up. Let's just take a look at the fixtures Liverpool will take on over these next few weeks. It includes 2 games in one day there. You will see on Sunday the 16th of August there is a behind closed doors friendly at 12 o'clock, and then at Como will then be at Anfield at 6 o'clock. There is a game against Monaco at Anfield the week before as well. And then, of course, the pre-season tour of America. It starts tonight against Sunderland, then games against Wrexham in New York and Leeds in Chicago as well, Ray.
Yeah, but we've done that before. We've had double headers, haven't we, at Anfield, and played 2 teams in the same day. So I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. But what he would want more than anything at the moment, Becky, in my opinion, yes, he wants to work with the youngsters and give them an opportunity, but he'd like to have his full squad with him. You know, this is a new manager coming into a really top job, you know, where he has to hit the ground running, and there's nothing he'd want more than to have all his players. Unfortunately, that can't happen because it's a World Cup, and it's probably the worst time for him to take over in some respects, because he doesn't know when he's going to get his players back. So how much rest do they need? Because having been over there, it's not just about the games that the players have played, it's the travel, it's the intensity, it's the weather conditions that you've had to work in as well. It's not been easy for these players, and they need a break.
74% humidity tonight over there.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not surprised. The other surprise I've seen earlier on was there's no traffic around, which tells you the World Cup's finished over in America, because I can tell you every venue I went, it was packed with traffic going to the stadiums. But I would just say, like, the lads should be really looking forward to it. New manager coming in. He's going to give some of the youngsters an opportunity, and you know, it's up to them to take that chance now. You can't. David will tell you, you know, when you come through a club like Liverpool, your chances as a youngster are limited unless you are special. So when you get the chance to go in there, you've got to shine. You've got to accept it, you've got to be ready for it, and you've got to think to yourself, I'm good enough to do it. That's what you have to do today.
Yeah, and going to America obviously has big commercial benefits. I've got to let David show us his props here that he has brought into the studio because he has been to Nashville before. Music City, so as it's known. Here we go. What have you got with us?
The Academy of Country Music baseball cap. So I didn't do any singing, it has to be said. But this is one of my favourites, which is the Nashville goalkeeper's jersey.
Wow.
But with James 1 on it.
Look at that, hey.
So, yeah, thank you very much to the guys in Nashville. I did manage to get to Broadway.
Did you?
Managed to go into a bar and listen to some live music.
Wow.
Yeah, I was only there one night. So
country music, I'm presuming?
Yes, yeah. The first song was Sweet Caroline.
I mean...
this was pre-World Cup as well, so it was a bit of a, hang on a minute, I'm on a deja vu moment here. But
well, I'm sure the fans who are over there will be enjoying the local hospitality this evening after the game. Let's have a look at the team that Andoni Iraola has chosen for his first game in charge, pre-season game in charge. Ray, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, listen, I'd expect them to play a lot of the youngsters. Now, they've probably had more training time than some of the other players that had a long, hard season. So, you know, he's decided to give them their opportunity, and it's up to them, as I said, to go and take it. Nice to see Harvey back, to be honest. You know, didn't quite work out for him at Aston Villa. I've heard, you know, about his attitude since he's came back. You know, he's been very good in training. The manager's really enjoyed what he's seen of him, and now he's getting his chance. You know, and there's a lot of others there. You know, like the youngsters, McConnell, Morrison. We know what Rio can do. We know he's a real talent who's got such a massive future at Liverpool Football Club. But you know, he'd been away with England, hadn't he, before a game was played. So he'll be looking forward to getting back to, you know, doing what he does for Liverpool and getting more opportunities this season. He could be a massive player for Liverpool.
Yeah, we're seeing the keepers there heading out at GEODIS Park for their warm-ups. Georgi Mamardashvili will start tonight. Freddie Woodman, of course, will speak to you, David, about him a little bit later on in his new contract. But Ray mentioned Rio Engamoa there. It is a big season ahead for him. He's still only 17. He turns 18 next month as Rio. Last season, 29 appearances, he got 9 starts. It was a real breakthrough campaign, but he will be thirsty for more.
He will, and he'll be enjoying going back to the States, isn't he? Because he was there with England pre-World Cup where he got his debut, did exceptionally well again. So he should be looking forward to that trip. It is a big season. I mean, there's a part that Ray said just before, which is absolutely right. And Andoni wants his whole squad to be able to do what he really intends to do in the Premier League, in the Champions League and all this. But there's an opportunity here for him to actually get the message over. We saw in his brief interview there that he expects mistakes, but he expects people to be doing the right thing while they're making a mistake. These young players will then have that opportunity, and Rio will be at the top of that list to prove himself. So it's an exciting time for Rio. As you say, turning 18 soon, new manager, everything to prove. He wants to prove, I'm sure in the right way, that he should have started more games last season. And if he is to improve, then we are going to see something special from Rio this season.
Just on Rio, you're just saying about his age, but look, Lamine Yamal's 19. He's already won the Euros and the World Cup. So, you know, age is just a number. It's up to you when you get your chance.
So what you're saying, Ray, is if he'd have played in the World Cup, we would have won.
You never know. He might have been the difference, David. You never know. But what I'm saying is, like, when you've got ability like him, then go and show it. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. I think when I've seen him play, I think the players around him have trusted him because they'll give him the ball in tight situations.
They
won't shut. But if you don't trust the player, you'll come away from him and you'll go somewhere else. But you watch when he played, the players, I've seen McAllister, I've seen Gravenberch matches when we were doing games, they trusted him to give him the ball, to go and do his bit of magic. So what you're good at, keep doing it. You know, and then the other things that you have to improve upon, you can do that. But what you're in the team for is to be exciting, to take players on, to get to the byline, to get crosses into the box, to cut inside and, you know, take shots on and try and score goals. So that's his attributes. Make sure you're working on the things that you're good at even more so, because you want to improve that. And your world's your oyster. Why shouldn't he think I can be as good as? And that should be his attitude. His attitude should be, how good can I be? not for people to try and put him down. It's up to him to say, I'm going to show everyone how good I can be. And where he's going to do that is playing in games, week in, week out, and that's when you're going to see the best of the kid.
OK, thank you both. One of the players set to play a big part in this tour of the USA is Dominik Szoboszlai, fresh from signing a new contract, of course, just over a week ago.
And I'm never happy. No, I'm happy with myself, but I think I can do even better. And I think that's why I'm sitting here, because that's pushed me so far since I'm a kid, that it was never enough, and I'm thinking the same now.
It is a long-term contract that you've signed. What are your ambitions for the next few years here?
I want to set the example. I want to be an example also for everyone, as much as I can. And when I signed, I said I want to win everything, and that didn't change for a little moment either. So it stayed the same. I want to win everything, what is possible in this country. Also, let's say Champions League. So yeah, I'm ready to go for it.
He is ready to go for it, as he says. Dominik Szoboszlai will be chomping at the bit, and of course refreshed as well, David, because heartbreakingly for him, Hungary did not qualify for the World Cup, and he was truly devastated about it at the time. But from our selfish perspective, with our Liverpool hat on, maybe a full summer of rest for Dom is not too bad a thing from a Liverpool perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Budapest for the Champions League final. His poster was everywhere. I think he was there at one point in the pre-match entertainment, or the day before. But a fresh Dom is a good Dom, a very good Dom. The fact he signed a new contract, I know I was happy. I'm sure there are millions of Liverpool fans around the world who are happy. And if you can get him, as Ray said, playing in the right position, and a fit, well Dom, and Liverpool will go a long way. So something good to look forward to.
It's nice to hear him in that tape there, Ray, say that he's striving to improve despite already still being at an incredibly high level. He was, of course, the Standard Chartered Men's Player of the Season last campaign.
Yeah, just on when they lost, they actually lost to the Republic of Ireland, so I was fairly happy, I've got to be honest with you.
I thought you might get that in somehow.
Unfortunately, we didn't get through to the next stage after that, though. But, oh, look, listen, he had an outstanding season last season for Liverpool. He rightly got a new contract, but you can just sense with Dom, he just loves playing for the club. You know, he's got a really good attitude. Every game he goes into, he wants to be the best that he can be, and I don't think you can ask any more from a footballer than that. You know, he's got everything you want. Good free kick take. I mean, that was a brilliant goal. I thought it was one of the best goals of the season. Very clever in what he done. But he's going to have to stand up this season again. You know, he's keep his fitness, keep that level of consistency week in, week out, and hopefully some of the other lads in and around him can, you know, help them along the way to where Liverpool want to go this season.
I think potentially as well, David, taking more of a leadership role within the squad, because we've lost some big characters and leaders in that dressing room. Of course, Mohamed Salah, Andy Robertson in that vein spring to mind. So is that something that you can see him moving? Of course, he's Hungary captain, so he's got that in his locker.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, for the whole show, we've been through so many different generations of Liverpool, as if it's one thing, which it is in a family sense. But Dom now has that opportunity, as you mentioned, to see an opportunity to actually become the big leader. If he continues scoring goals, then he'll become the superstar. And not that isn't already a superstar in one sense, but Mohamed Salah not being there, there's a vacation or a place vacated that Dom could fill, and he's got every attribute that you would want from your star player at Liverpool Football Club. He can play, he can score, he sells nice products, which I've seen in Budapest, so yeah, everything about him is superstar material.
Yeah, he's certainly a megastar over in Budapest and here on Merseyside as well, right? So Nashville is playing host tonight, and who better to give us the lowdown on Tennessee's capital city than a couple of stateside-based Reds sports presenter Susanna Fuller and wrestler S. Farrelly, formerly known as Sheamus.
Nashville, Tennessee. This is LFC's first stop on on their U.S. tour. I am so excited to be here. I'm Susanna Fuller. I'm joined by a massive LFC fan. This is Asparely, people, and you just happen to call Nashville home now.
That's right, for the last 8 years, and here we are at the home of country music in Music City. I'm so excited, Susanna. We're going to have a great time here.
Listen, do you hear this?
I do.
I mean, it is loud. It is loud. It's like the middle of the day, and this place is going crazy.
You've got Johnny Cash Museum over there. You've got Post Malone, Jason Aldean. You've got All Reds. You've got Tootsies. The music starts here at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Live music and goes on till about 4 o'clock in the morning. It never ends.
There's like all walks of life around us. And you know what's cool too? I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool supporters.
Loads of Liverpool fans. They're
I
all
think
starting
people
to
are
come.
pretty pumped for this game. Let's go take a walk. I want to take this all in. We got to look at some boots.
Of course.
Right?
Throw that one on there. That's a total bachelor hat. Sound
yeah.
on there, is that? How's that?
That's actually, you know what? That suits you.
Like these ones here, yeah?
Yep. We found them.
They're sweet.
Liverpool red.
From Anderson, South Carolina, we're up here. And
South Carolina!
Oh, they come from everywhere. I see he's got his Liverpool kit on. Sylvia.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get her something there. So.
we got
how
you
about,
one.
How about we got you one right here?
Oh my God! Thank you so
How about
much.
that? You got to rock it. Exactly, and wear that proudly in South Carolina.
She has no idea.
Spread the word.
It's okay. Well, she's got the new kit. She's got the new
Amazing.
kit before you did.
It's a WWE wrestler.
All right, well, you cannot come to Nashville and not experience hot chicken. And right here is Hattie B's, which is a bit of an institution. Is that correct here?
That's very
in
correct,
Nashville?
Susanna.
What are your thoughts on hot chicken?
I'm good with spicy stuff, but this stuff is like next level. But it has to be done
It
when you
has
come
to be done.
Nashville.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you so much.
What's your name? What's your name? Huh? RJ. I feel like you're a bit out of date there. This is more 2026.
There you go.
All right. Let's enjoy the game tomorrow, fella.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. So we have mild, hot,
Let's shut the clock up. That's medium. That's just damn hot.
that looks angry. I'm nervous.
Shut the clock up.
Oh man.
That's got some kick to it.
Oh my God.
But I'm still here. I'm still alive.
It escalated quickly.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look. The Red Army are out in force here in Nashville.
I'm gonna do the baby.
You did the big one
wings.
side of this.
Yeah, look at the little baby. Yeah.
All right.
I think we look great. This is obviously perfect. All right, Big Red decided to come somewhere a little more calm, you know? So I want to see how well you know your city. So I have a few trivia questions. What is the nickname of Nashville's most recognizable skyscraper?
Oh, the Batman building.
See? Bing! You got it right. All right, which river runs through Nashville?
Don't know. I can't remember.
The Cumberland.
Cumberland
River.
Very English, isn't it?
Very English. Okay, what's the name of the hockey team here? You know,
Predators.
Preds. All right, Nashville was where which childhood love confectionery was invented? You get this at like carnivals and fairs and stuff.
Oh, candy corn, is it?
You're so close. Candy floss or cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Yeah,
as we
maybe
know
that
it
was invented here.
Apparently.
That ruined my childhood.
Last one. You up for it? Okay. What is known as the mother church of country music?
We started off
It was
so
mean.
well
I know. I'm a woman. You are a.
Ryman.
Yeah! Yes, I'm so proud of you. You did it.
Damon.
What's your name?
Evan.
Evan, here.
My wife is a huge fan, by the way.
Everyone is.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
All right.
Yes.
This place is pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool, right?
It's pretty awesome. How would you describe the people of Nashville in general?
They're very welcoming, very friendly. Just kind of like back in Liverpool, back in Dublin, they're very just salt of the earth people.
Yeah.
That's what we call them.
Yeah.
They like to have fun. They like to go out and have the crack. And they like their music.
They also like their sports.
They do like their sports. Actually, speak of that.
Nashville's a great sports town.
Tennessee Titans right there.
Yeah, but GEODIS Park, man, it's going to be insane energy. At
Lots
that
of
place
energy.
tomorrow.
I mean, if there's anything from the energy we saw on Broadway today, it's just going to be incredible.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we got all this out of the way. Are you ready to go for some pints? Let's go get some pints.
Pints.
Come on, the Reds. Ollie, ollie, ollie. Let's go. Come on.
don't know about you at home. They have sold Nashville to me. David's already been. You fancy it, Ray?
Yeah,
you been?
Yeah. It looks lovely, doesn't it? I thought it was going to be lots of ranches and things like that, but anything but that, wasn't it? I really enjoyed it, and yeah, hopefully we can see a bit more of it in the game tonight. Yeah.
Good stuff, right? Just a reminder for you at home, you can watch all of Liverpool's pre-season friendlies live online on the club app and via connected TV with All Red Video, which is currently actually running a 2-week free trial. And of course, on LFC TV too, you can find details of how to sign up right now at video.liverpoolfc.com. Now let's cross back to Peter now at GEODIS Park, who's been speaking with a couple of the locals at the stadium. Peter.
We've walked back into GEODIS Park here. It's an exclusive football stadium, this, so 30,000 is the capacity, and they're on a 5-game winning streak at the moment, so they regularly get 26,000 inside here, and it's purpose-built for anything you would need on a match day. They haven't quite got the weather today, but some very excited Liverpool fans. You can smell the pretzels and the burgers in the air as well. Empanada is what this is called. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt, where are you from?
From Northern Virginia.
And how is it, the
empanadas are fantastic.
So we get Scouse pies in Liverpool. Talk us through what this tastes like in comparison to a pie in Liverpool, maybe.
I don't know what a pie in Liverpool tastes yet, but this is beef and cheese and bread and fried. What's going to go wrong with that?
Easy to eat.
Yeah.
How excited are you to see the Reds in town? This is pretty special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, big time. We haven't been since several years ago. We saw them in Charlotte, but this is exciting to see them here in Nashville.
People are travelling from all over, not just the country. I spoke to someone this morning that drove 1,000 miles to bring the grandkids to see Liverpool.
If it's sporting events in the U.S., people love to come to Nashville. So any reason to come to Nashville, if you're a Reds fan, it's a great opportunity to come. So, yeah.
I said before, it's a bit like Disney for adults, isn't it? How would you explain to people at home? Because it's one of them places, if you ever get the opportunity to go anywhere in the U.S., it has to be here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of everything, so many things to do in the city, and yet it's still a little bit hometown feel, Southern. It's got a little bit of it all, so it's amazing.
And it's the first chance to see Andoni Iraola's Reds tonight. Yes. It's got a ring to that.
Yes.
What are you expecting?
So want to see the young boys, really excited about the up-and-comers. We're struggling in the transfer market, so maybe some of the young boys can fill those holes. So.
But that is the market at the moment, isn't it? Post-World Cup, I think everybody's waiting for something to happen. What do you think they need next season? Is there something on your wish list?
Well, I mean, right wing, of course, right? But yeah, I'm really hoping that some of our midfield holes can be filled by the people we've already got because they're too expensive elsewise. So I would love for some Stefan to come in and be healthy and to fill that role, and that'd be amazing.
Well, enjoy the game, enjoy the empanada as well. Try the Scouse pie if you ever get to Anfield. They're incredible. Nice to see you, boys. And we've got a family here as well who've come to see Liverpool. Is this the first time you've seen Liverpool in the
This is the first time, yeah.
How
first
does that
time
feel?
for us. Oh, we're excited, man. Like, this is awesome. The atmosphere is amazing. I think the weather hopefully is going to break, but we're so excited to be here for our first game watching Liverpool.
He looks like a big, strong fella, but I imagine there might be some tears tonight when he sees his heroes in their kit out here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And mostly this guy right here.
This is the next generation. Who's this?
Yes, this is Nathan. And he's a big soccer fan, so he's so excited to be here.
How excited are you to see Liverpool?
Very.
Why? Why are they so special to you? Why do you love them?
I mean, because I saw a movie about them, and it very inspired me about them. And
Favourite players?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. He's not here, but I've got a feeling you might like Rio Engamoa. He's the flying winger with 73 on his back. Do you want to be like him one day?
Definitely.
What's the score going to be today?
10-0.
10-0, we'd settle for that. We'd settle for that. It's great to see the fans here all in their shirts. And everybody's got those hopes and aspirations that next season could be one of those seasons that maybe not people outside of Liverpool expect.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be pulling for them, that's for sure. But the atmosphere here is amazing, and we wish them the best of luck this upcoming season. We're going to be rooting for them for sure.
Well, enjoy your football as well. Best of luck to you in the future. It was lovely to meet you. They've had lots of other things that they could be doing tonight in Nashville. Lots to keep you busy, but there's Chris Brown and Usher are on tonight. There's a big Springsteen tribute on and lots of country music, but it's all about the Reds. It's the hottest ticket in town, Beck.
Tell you what, 10-0, we'll take that right now, won't we? It's heartwarming though, isn't it, seeing the families and the kids. And, you know, we take it for granted that we live in the same country, the same city, many of us, as the team we support. These guys have never had the opportunity before.
We become very insular. You know, we think it's just about us and the here,
Yeah.
but you forget just what a worldwide club Liverpool is. Look at the fans there with their shirts on and the scarves, and you know the players, the numbers and the players' names on the back of the shirts. They're absolutely loving it. And one of them just said that people have travelled thousands of miles, you know, like within the USA to get to the stadium tonight. They absolutely love the club. You know, they want to see the club doing well. They want to see the youngsters go out there and give it their all. And here they are singing away and having a fantastic time. And that's what sport's about. It's about enjoyment.
It's big for the players themselves as well, David, because they're very vocal about how much they enjoy these tours, but also they see, you know, the sheer scale and the magnitude and the size of the football club that they are with.
Yeah, if I could sort of just go back to my experiences playing in India and meeting Liverpool fans who had never left India, but with the same amount of passion. Yeah. As I could bump into fans outside of Anfield, and what I'm seeing here does not surprise me one minute. Yeah. I think as well on the back of the World Cup you've already got a heightened sense towards football, which makes it even more pleasurable to see people wearing Liverpool kits. Yeah. If that makes, you know, and as Pete was saying there, you know, Nashville is such a great city from my limited experience, I have to say, with the amount of entertainment that's there for them to come and watch English football from English teams in Nashville, and apparently there's no hydration break, according to you.
There is not.
There is no hydration break, so it'll be like traditional football, 45 minutes each half. But yeah, the fans, I mean, they're getting to do something that they would never be able to do normally. So it's great.
From an organiser's point of view, they're going to put this trip on for Liverpool. They're going to put it in places where they're going to get the biggest numbers. So that's why where they have, you know, they've just got thousands of Liverpool fans who want to come support them.
Great stuff. OK, we're going to switch focus to tonight's opponents now. Peter has been taking a look at the Black Cats.
As stories go, Sunderland sounds pretty far-fetched. Promoted to the top flight just over a year ago, having finished 16th in the Championship the summer before. Régis Le Bris was given the job and inherited the youngest squad in the league. But he got them up via the playoffs, despite having finished 24 points behind the champions. But they're used to long odds. They added 14 new players to the squad for their first Premier League season since 2017 and finished 7th. A Europa League campaign awaits. The new brew worked wonders.
I would say probably out of the 14 signings, 80% of those worked. They've all stood up and been counted, and obviously they've ended up having a great season. I don't think you ask any Sunderland fan on the high street, you know, at the start of the season you'd have snapped your hand off and probably took 17th.
I think if you were going to ask me which two stand out, I think the goalkeeper Robin Roof's had a really, really good season. I think he's gone right to the top. And Noah Siddiqui, who's a centre midfielder, he's got a Champions League 60 million quid move written all over him.
So they join the Reds in North America and, like us, will face Wrexham and Leeds. They go to newly promoted Ipswich on the opening day. Régis Le Bris, or Reggie, as the fans have affectionately nicknamed him, is ready to embrace the expectation.
You have to try and keep that core of player, really. You've obviously got Dan Ballard, you know, Trey Hume, Luke O'Nien, lads that have been there through the journey, really, over the last few years. You know, they've been key, and then obviously Granit Xhaka would be the big one, wasn't he, really, coming in as that leader in the changing room. He'll run the show in the training ground, really, in terms of the players.
So far, they've kept hold of their captain, despite Xabi Alonso's attempts for a reunion with his former skipper at Chelsea. A relatively quiet summer of recruitment is expected.
Absolutely gutted a few weeks ago when this Chelsea link appeared from nowhere, and everybody was really concerned about that, because as good as some of these other young players have been, and we've had some real young finds, Granit Xhaka was always the glue that just kept it all together, and you saw that a little bit when he struggled with injury for a month or so.
Personally, I said it last year, I still think we need maybe a good quality winger or two. Top end of the pitch, obviously Brian Brobby's your old sort of fashion centre forward, doesn't he? Backs in, big strong boy. My end has moved on. You've got Wilson Isidore there. I think probably another striker as well.
A game that proved hard graft for Liverpool home and away last season. At the very least, Andoni Iraola will be banking on a competitive test to get the US tour underway.
Yeah, all things considered, it was an absolutely outstanding season for Sunderland. Finished 7th, right? It far exceeded expectations. How do they avoid that that dreaded second season syndrome, if you like, with Europe to contend with as well.
That's going to be the tough one, Becky, Europe, because it can't get in the way. That's for sure, with the number of games that you've got to play. But they were brilliant last season. Recruitment was excellent. You know, said about the number of players that came into the club, but they all hit the ground running. Everyone believed in each other's ability, what they were trying to do. You had Xhaka, who was the conductor. He was organising everything, and everyone really enjoyed it. You know, the Sunderland fans couldn't believe what they were watching. You know, they've now got European football, as you mentioned, for this season as well. But they'll be hopeful. And that's what, with all due respect, some of the clubs in the Premier League, we haven't got the funding. What they're thinking about is staying in the division. How do we stay in the division? I don't think they can beat what they did last season when it comes to position, but certainly they will be very, very competitive once again this season.
OK, we're going to cross back to GEODIS Park now, where Peter has been catching up with Jeremy Frimpong.
Well, Jeremy, it's been lots of hard work the last couple of weeks. Are you relieved to get out in front of a crowd and play some football?
Yeah, it'll be good to play a football match again. It's been a minute, like you said. But yeah, this is what pre-season is all about, to get ready for the season. So yeah, we're all happy to finally play a match.
Have you found it? It's been physically, by the looks of it, very intense, but obviously taking on new information about the way the manager wants you to play.
Yeah, you know, the manager just came in. Obviously, he's got new tactics. You know, we all like what he's talking about. So we just can't wait to perform for him.
Could you give us a bit of an insight then? Is that clear, the idea of how he wants you to play starting today?
Yeah, obviously, not the full squad is here, you know, but like we've seen like bits of it, and we like it so far, you know. So everyone's happy. Training's been nice. Training's been fun, you know. So yeah, it's really nice.
Well, the players trying to put you off on the way. Dom's behind the camera there. What about the young lads that have been part of this group? They've been impressive this last couple of weeks.
Yeah, man, they've been good. They've been good, man. Obviously, I remember when I was that age and coming with the first team. Obviously, some of them are nervous, but it's normal, you know. But yeah, they've been good. They've been good.
Just finally, Nashville's been a top city, hasn't it? You had a couple of walks into the main town centre to take a look. It's going to be a fun crowd, I think, tonight.
Yeah, Nashville's really fun. It's first time in Nashville, so from what I can see, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Good luck tonight, mate.
Thank you.
Thoughts there of Jeremy Frimpong, who starts this evening. As you can see, Ray Houghton has departed the studio to get into his commentary position, which gives David James the opportunity to talk goalkeepers first. We're going to hear from Freddie Woodman, who of course signed a new contract this week.
Absolutely delighted, to be honest. You know, off the back of last season, personally, it was amazing for me. And then to come back in pre-season and be an offer for me from the club to stay here longer, I was made up, and just so happy that I could re-sign here and be a part of this amazing club. You know, it is the best job in the world. You get to come into AXA. I've managed to create some really amazing relationships with so many players. You know, I've got people like Curtis, like Connor, like Joe Gomez, Cody, Robbo. They help me settle in a club that is massive. Really well, and you know, you're coming into a change room full of superstars. It was a big change, but you know, them guys helped me settle so well. And when I got the opportunity to play, you know, especially the Palace game, just felt like a real connection to the fans and just a massive understanding of them. And you know, now I get the chance to stay here for longer and be a part of it. A part of it again is unbelievable, and me and my family are delighted.
Yeah, positive news for Freddie Woodman. You can really hear, can't you, in that interview, how much he enjoys and relishes being a Liverpool player. Your thoughts on him as a keeper, David? Not seen too much of him, of course, but...
No, but what we did see was some excellent stuff last season when he was called upon, and I think that's probably half the smile. There's a bit where you could be the number 3, appear maybe in sort of the cup games, but to actually get into the the Premier League there, do as well as he did,
and have the big moments in big games, like
exactly,
the
and it kind of justifies your existence.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of number 3s.
The mentality is, talk to us about the mentality of being a
but this
3.
is it. I mean, like I said, he's talking about superstars in the changing room. Well, you've got Alisson there, who's the best goalie in the world, my superstar. Managerial obviously as well. So to be able to deputise for them and do as well as he did meant that he's justified in being in that position rather than just someone who's there to do the warm-up before the games. And hopefully, if Ali comes back 100%, doesn't get injured and plays the best football, then we won't see Freddie playing in the Premier League this season because Ali will be doing that. But if needed, as we see here in these highlights, he can be depended on, and I think that's an important thing. And the fact that Liverpool have trusted him to by signing a new contract is justification for that.
Yeah, the players have spoken about him quite extensively, despite maybe his lack of game time. You can tell that he's clearly a really popular member of the squad, and is valued in the building.
Yeah, I like him, and I like him because when we're doing Liverpool TV pitch side, he always comes over and says hello. So he's got that kind of character about him. And he mentioned there about them. There you go, you got Ali cheering. You mentioned about the fans. Liverpool fans and their relationship with goalkeepers is historic, and how they back their goalkeepers, and with those displays, he's justified that backing as well.
Very quick word on tonight then. What are you looking for from this Andoni Iraola side, their debut under the new boss?
For the sake of repeating what the gaffer has said there, you're looking for players trying to do things knowing there will be mistakes. I think playing at GEODIS Park, the biggest North American football stadium, is going to be a great entertainment.
We shall see. Right, kickoff is fast approaching in Nashville. Sunderland are the first of 5 different opponents Liverpool are facing this summer as they warm up for the new Premier League season. You can watch the full 90 minutes live online on the club app and via connected TV with All Red Video as well, which is currently running a 2-week free trial, and of course on LFC TV as well. You can find details of how to sign up right now at video.liverpoolfc.com.